What's the difference between good leadership and great leadership? To answer this question, I turn to one of the premier leadership experts of our time. John C. Maxwell is an evangelical Christian author, speaker, and pastor who has written more than 50 books on the topic of leadership. He's an internationally recognized leader who's sold over 13 million books. His organizations have trained more than 2 million leaders worldwide. In March of 2008, he published his book, Leadership Gold: Lessons I've Learned from a Lifetime of Leading. 26 lessons to separate great leadership from good leadership. Before I review some of my favorites, I'd like you to take a minute to picture a leader in your life so that we can evaluate their performance. So you may pick a current or a previous boss, maybe a pastor, a neighbor or a friend that led an organization. How about a spouse? Could be. Do you have somebody in your mind? That mental image of that person? Good. Let's proceed. The first lesson. The most difficult person to lead is always yourself. The most difficult person to lead is always yourself. Mr. Maxwell continues to tell us that the key to learning how to lead yourself is to learn followership. The Bishop Fulton Sheen put it in the form of a warning. He says, civilization is always in danger when those who have never learned to obey are given the right to command. Leaders know that they have to earn the right to lead others by effectively leading themselves. Lesson number 2. You know you're in the lead when you get kicked in the rear. You know you're in the lead when you get kicked in the rear. Criticism is a price of leadership. Aristotle provides us some feedback or some coaching on how to avoid criticism. He says, criticism can be avoided early by saying nothing, doing nothing, and being nothing. Not really advice for a great leader, is it? No. Great leaders understand that they can turn criticism into rocket fuel to propel themselves and their organizations to new heights. They know that people are more willing to follow when they see that their leader is willing to change first. Lesson number 3. The best leaders are listeners. The best leaders are listeners. They not only hear what's being said, they listen to what's being communicated. Larry King has some advice. He states, I must remind myself every morning that nothing I say this day will teach me anything. So if I'm to learn, I have to do it by listening. Lesson number 4. The best leaders develop their people. The best leaders develop their people. Outstanding leadership typically presents itself in the followers. That's how we see how leadership is really effective, by looking at the followers. Here are 4 tests that you can use to evaluate the leader that you've got in your mind. Number 1, are people following? There is no such thing as a leader without followers. Number 2, are people growing? Progress does not occur without change. Progress does not occur without change. History, men don't make history. Sorry, I blew the quote. So, I can't remember who it was now. Men make history, not the other way around. Progress occurs when creative, skillful leaders seize the opportunity to change things for the better. Option number 3, or the test number 3, are people growing? Great leaders don't just help people with the task at hand. They help them become better people. Test number 4, are people succeeding? Good leaders may impress others with their results, but great leaders impact others by the followers that they help. In summary, great leadership is about impacting the lives of others in a positive way. How did your leader do? Good or great? Thank you. Mr. Toastmaster?